Alright, gamers, so this is just going to be an unfiltered, unhinged rant with no direction about the new Dragon Age game and really about BioWare as a company, okay? So yeah, this isn't going to be too much modern YouTube. I don't have the energy to put the YouTube, hey guys, you know, I can't do that, bro. If I do that, I might catch a manslaughter charge. So BioWare's had some stinkers, bro. If you can remember Anthem, that shit was hyped up to be like the next live service giant. It was like this Iron Man type game. Nigga, that shit was fucking dookie, bro. That was like, I think that might be the worst EA has ever been. And of course, Mass Effect Andromeda. Like the Mass Effect is just such a coveted series. It's a legendary gaming series. It's literally ranked up there with some of the best gaming franchises of all time. And they delivered one of the shittiest fucking sequels that I've ever seen, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. EA and BioWare, they've essentially put all of their eggs into one basket, and BioWare's longevity basically is riding on this one game, the new Dragon Age. How's it looking? Okay, so let's get into the video. Alright, so before we dive into this, I just want to remind you, my opinion should not be taken too seriously. The first reason is I'm fat. I'm a pretty hefty fella. I'm damn near like 230, I think. I might be at 230, and I'm like 5'9". I'm also very mentally retarded. So nothing can be used against me. Nothing I say matters. So as for the new Dragon Age game, I think the strengths of BioWare's video games, their RPGs, just been the RPG formula. Trying to really put yourself into the universe. Seems like this new Dragon Age game, they're removing a lot of what made the previous Dragon Age games good. Not that the Dragon Age franchise was ever like phenomenal. Origins was pretty fun. The choices that you made, they will play no effect, which is definitely a hindrance to the RPG. There will be less companions, which is a hindrance to the RPG. You don't have any control over your companions, and there are less abilities, which is a hindrance to the RPG. In terms of gameplay, those are several red flags. I mean, them bitches are blaring, bro. This is like a shorty who has one of those spiritual tapestries hung up in a room. So when we're looking at the aspect of the game, the core gameplay, it's not looking that good. Also, the map is smaller. This isn't as open world. This is more linear, meaning there's less exploration. Something I loved about BioWare, and I want to say especially KOTOR, which was just the freedom to just go anywhere, just roam and shit. And I'm not saying that that won't be in here, but from what everyone's saying is it's incredibly drawn back. That is another blaring red flag. Now, you're just like me, you're fat and retarded, you're an incel, your dick is dry, probably ain't been wet in about 2-3 years, whatever the pandemic was. So you want to get angry and you want to hear me spout some culture war shit, and my nigga, that's what I come here to deliver. So yeah, so when you just look at this Dragon Age, there is just the sense that it has been Disney-fied. You can just look at the game's characters and see this. The characters, the models, they are Disney-fied. They're Borderlands-fied, if that makes sense. It's not shell-shaded like Borderlands, but you know what I mean. It looks a bit softer. It doesn't have that dark, like, grittiness to it that we're used to seeing. I mean, look at how they massacred my niggas, bro. That's terrible. Like, why the fuck are the horns like that? It looks like the forehead goes on forever and the horns are... It doesn't look good. If you close your eyes and you listen to the dialogue in the trailer, you can picture in your head who is writing this. And upon further research, I couldn't find out much about the dev team. I could not see too many pictures of them because, you know, they like to kind of keep these guys safeguarded. Because some of you guys are extra retarded, very retarded, and you like to go after them and harass them, which is like, my nigga, chill out, bro. It's not that serious. If you know anyone like this in real life, they're the most annoying person. Here's the thing, like, I don't know. I feel like gaming is at its best when you just have normal people in there, and I don't mean that as, like, an insult or, like, a super, like, negative thing. I'm just saying, like, these people hate like a conservative or like the gamer chud or whatever. But they're the other side of like the extremist coin. I'm half white. If you're white and you're watching this video, do you know like your drunk uncle who comes in and he's just spewing off racist shit and he's just a fucking drunk retard? That guy is just as annoying as like this developer type shit, right? They are so far removed from your average person, and when they work on these video games, you can feel the effects of it, which is why the culture war, like the wokeism kind of war on video games, it's incredibly retarded and it's cringy to talk about, but it does have some sort of merit or bearing. I mean, it's there, bro. I mean, it's there. We've already gotten glimpses and sights of it. These niggas cannot write any type of effective dialogue. It seems to have an effect on Redditors. Redditors love these type of games. I think the reason behind that is there is some sort of link between, autism and Redditors. Like, it is a very, very strong connection. And just like 4chan, there's a very strong connection between autism and 4chan. They're two sides of like this extremist coin. They're just fucking retarded. Like, they're literally just retarded. They'll gobble up anything if it's made for them, no matter how bad it is. So dialogue aside, we've covered that the dialogue's bad. We've covered that the RPG has taken hits in certain aspect and areas. So I mean, the red flags are just fucking teeing off at this point. And I know what you really want me to dive into. And in boxing, they say you cannot go swimming without wanting to get wet. So let's go ahead and dive in. You want me to talk about the top scars? So yeah, let's talk about the top scars. It's fucking hilarious, like, this is even, like, a thing I have to talk. Like, this is fucking crazy. Like, here I am. Like, I'm in the middle of a 12-hour shift. I come out here on my break to record, and I'm talking about fucking top scars and, like, a gritty fucking fantasy RP. What is my life? I fucking hate my life. Can you guys please press the subscribe button so I can get monetized and blow up and make a lot of money and slowly become unrelatable, and I can push off crypto coins on you guys and retire? It reeks of self-indulgence. Like, imagine if I took the Barbie franchise, my nigga, and I turned it into fucking Warhammer or something, and we're just killing the Kens or something. Like, it's fucking retarded. Like, it's retarded. No correlation there. They don't match. Just like a fantasy world and plastic surgery operations have no fucking correlation. It's so lazy. Like, if you wanted to introduce that, like, I think even having, like, if you want to put a fucking trans character in the game, I mean, who gives a fuck? You could have done that. But it couldn't have been done through magic, or magic couldn't be, or you couldn't use magic to help with gender dysphoria, or you couldn't use magic to transfer bodies, or, I mean, like, anything. Like, my nigga, you just went for it, bro. You just put in fucking top scar surgery so that you can feel like yourself is in the game. First of all, as a trans person, why the fuck would you want to do that? Why would you want to look at your character and see top scars? Like, the idea is that you feel like you were born into the wrong body and you need to get this surgery done to feel more like the real you. Why the fuck would you want to be reminded of the real world? Why the fuck would I want to play as a fat nigga in the character creation? Nigga, I'm making a warrior. I'm making a big 6 foot tall buff. Why would I make a fat nigga? Why would I make a fat nigga with a micro cock, a micro penis? I'm talking a shrimp. Why the fuck would I do that? I don't want to play as my fucking self, nigga. If I wanted to, I would just go take a machete out and just go fucking slaughter homeless people. Why the fuck would I want to create myself in a fantasy world, my nigga? I'm trying to create a fantasy fucking character that feels like it can fit within the realm of the world, so I can then place myself into the world to forget that my fucking life sucks, to forget that I'm in the middle of a fucking 12-hour shift and I work damn near every day of the week and I don't have a fucking nickel to show for it because I'm fucking broke. A lot of people feel like these developers are taking their franchises by the horns. They're climbing onto the bull and taking them in the horns, and they're trying to steer them into different directions. But the players are fighting back against it because they feel like it's going into the wrong direction. And by all means, they're right, my nigga. It's their fucking franchise. They're the ones who make the sales, my nigga. So what ends up happening is while they're both trying to buck and gain control, they just fucking crash out and wipe into the wall. They both wipe into the wall. They both get knocked out. What ends up happening is the studio gets closed, which is probably going to happen to fucking BioWare. At some point, BioWare is going to fucking die, which if you would have told me 12 years ago, I never would have expected. And then the players lose their franchise. All of the years of, I mean, if you go on YouTube videos and you type in the lore, I mean, there are hundreds of fucking videos. There's hundreds of dedicated creators to this one specific franchise. There's people who love this franchise with all of their heart because they're fucking retarded, but you shouldn't judge them for being retarded or chuds or gamers, nigga. They're passionate. We're all passionate about one franchise. For some people, it's fucking Dragon Age, and it's being taken control of, and it's going to be slammed into the dirt, and there will be nothing left remaining. It's incredibly fucking selfish. And of course, you know what I'm saying? Not every, like, woke game, quote-unquote, like, fails. I think people always use this argument with, like, Baldur's Gate 3, which Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing. Like, there is no such thing as a perfect video game. Baldur's Gate 3 is pretty close to perfection in every aspect. It is literally one of my favorite games of all time. I think it is the best game to release since, I think it's better than Elden Ring. It's the best game to release since Red Dead Redemption 2. I love the fuck out of that game. I'll tell you what, it won Game of the Year on King David's grave. I swear to God, I will get gender surgery if this game somehow wins Game of the Year. If Dragon Age gets Game of the Year, I will get gender surgery, my nigga. And I'll stand on that. I swear to God, I'll stand on that. It's basically the same loop repeated and like I'm losing my mind because I just keep witnessing the same thing happen with these games. So the trailer comes out for this game and people have problem with it. They have valid concerns. Like, this shit is whack. Like, the one thing with these, like, I hate using the term woke because it's literally the most autistic thing ever. But I mean, I don't know what else to call it. It's a literal ideology. It's almost like a religion to these people. Like if you look at like Anita Sarkeesian, or where the fuck her name is, the shorty who works at Kotaku, they're lunatics. Like they hate Christianity, which Christianity has enough nut jobs as its own. I'll definitely admit that Christians are out of their fucking minds. But you cannot tell me these niggas are not devoted to these beliefs like it is a religion. It's essentially a new religion. These Redditors have adopted that mindset and they will defend these games at whatsoever. So when the trailer comes out and people have valid concerns, they will be the first ones to downplay it. These gaming journalist companies, they all downplay it. The entire gaming media downplays it. And when the game comes out, it flops and it fails. That's when the excuses start to come out. For Concord, it was, it's an Overwatch clone and it's $40. Abso-fucking-lutely. There's more than one reason why the game fails. One of it is the characters were fucking fat and retarded in their he, hims, and they, thems, and one of them was a 300-pound... Like, no one wants to play that, bro. You mean to tell me I'm gonna get off of a 12-hour shift and buy a skin for a 300-pound they, them character? Nigga, you got me fucked up, nigga. On some real shit, you got me fucked up. I'll bite the bullet right now. I swear to God I will. I'll end it. I'd rather end it than do some shit like that. I have integrity. So they'll backpedal, they'll create a whole bunch of different reasons why. And of course the Concord reason, no one played it when the beta was free either, so I don't know where the fuck the price tag. No one even wanted to try it when it was free. You could not get niggas to play it when it was free, nor could you pay niggas to play it. It looked fucking lame. These games give off the vibe of, hello, fellow young children, young kids. I'm just hip like you. Dude, this is not swaggy to young niggas. This is not good. Concord is not cool to young niggas, bro. That shit is so fucking lame. That's what I'm saying. Like, these Californian fucking, like... They are like the they are like the elite in the Hunger Games. The rich niggas who dress like weirdos and talk like weirdos. You're so disconnected from the average person. We're not feeling that. It's funny because they even look like them damn near. Just look fucking crazy. After they can no longer downplay the game and months after it settles and it fails, they go, why are you still talking about it? You got no fucking life and your life must sucks if you're this angry and you're still talking. Nigga, like, you for a damn near a year, you sat here and you stood on it. You stood on business. Now all of a sudden you don't want to talk about it no more because it failed. You did it with Acolyte, Concord, etc., etc., etc. It's the same fucking cycle over and over and over and over again.
definition of insanity is. Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy.